All right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak Kodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles at Great Millstone who taught me his truth. And a sincere Shalom to the elect out there, teaching his truth and honesty and sincerity in these last days. Okay, brother Yasharon, and we got a little warm front that came in, pretty nice out tonight, so I figured I'd do a walk and talk before it starts snowing again. Which will probably be next week. But yeah, a lot of things are going on in the world front. Okay, I want to talk about a little bit about these fucking people, man, how blinded they are. But really, it was prophesied that they'll be blind, okay? And it was prophesied, right, that a lot of people just simply would not understand, okay, until they were put to death, man. But yeah, Trump is saying that he's not going to stop the Iran war until Iran does a total surrender. And you have the oil markets in a serious turmoil right now from it. And the jobs report came out today that showed that AI is rapidly replacing people. Okay, it's already starting. But, I went on X.com earlier, and it was just a bunch of nonsense, right? I went on the trending section. 8 out of the top 10 stories were about either entertainment or sports. Okay? And keep in mind, this is a platform that around this exact time and date 1 week ago, World War III was trending. Okay? Because these people, they have the mindset of peace and safety. Actually, let me get that. And then we'll get as in the days of Noah. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:1. What are the times and the seasons, brethren? Ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Okay, so these people think that, just because the operation in Iran didn't turn into absolute chaos right away, okay, that they're putting off the Lord's coming. Okay, for when they shall say peace and safety, because even though oil prices are going up, it's still business as usual, right? There's no major disruption in their day-to-day lives. Okay, which doing when there's a major disruption in their day-to-day lives, man, it's gonna be beautiful, and we're gonna be feeling it too. Okay, but we understand. But we understand that, what was I saying? Our lives are going to be disrupted too. Okay? But see, we understand that it has to do it because the Lord wants it to do it, man. Wants it to do it to us, man. Okay, the Lord wants us to trust Him and lean on Him in these last days, especially when He puts out that ultimate test, which is the MOTB. Okay? You could see, these average everyday people at your job, they take their job all fucking serious. They either take their job serious or they don't take nothing serious. Right? Everything and everything in between, man. Those are just idiots of the world, man. People want to talk about fucking sports. Okay, when there could be a global conflict breaking out, man. Because if you remember what happened last week, right? What happened on Saturday, right? Iran attacked 3 different countries. And then they flew the drones into Saudi Arabia and attacked their capital. Okay, so things are happening, man. And what if America, again, I'm just ranting right now, but I mean, the what ifs are insane, man. There's so many variables that can happen, right? Even ones that we're not thinking about. But what if America goes and they get rid of the Iranian regime? Okay? And what if they go and try and put their own puppet leaders in there? You think Russia and China are going to be cool with that? Do you really think they're going to be cool with that? I'm surprised that they haven't acted so far. Okay? For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they should not escape. And they're not going to escape, man. The Lord is marking a lot of people for death right now. He's given you no excuse not to get into this word, man. Okay, you see the things going on. All this shit going on in the world right now is in the Bible. The Bible is really the hot topic. When bullshit isn't trending and foolish things of the world isn't trending, people are talking about the Bible now more than ever, man. Okay? Now is not the time to be asleep. For now, our salvation is closer than when we believed. Okay, now let me get that in Luke. It's in the days of Noah. Luke 17:26. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. Okay? They did eat. That's why a lot of them are going to have that peace and safety mindset. Okay? Because things continue on as if there's no major disruption, man. You know? You get up, you go to work, you buy groceries, you pay your fucking bills. One of the conversations that makes me laugh is when people talk about their kids putting money aside for their kids' colleges, man. And these young people, like, what are they going to do when they're older and shit? And it's like, you have these conversations with them where you overhear them, and it's like, how lost are you? That's a field that's going to be absolutely dominated by AI. And it's going to be the end of the world before then, but still, you know, just to put it in a perspective. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage, and people are still having families, man. I know that there's not as many people getting married anymore because the men see it for the scam that it is. Okay? But people are still starting families, they're still building futures, building enterprises. Right? But that's how it's going to be during these last days. And that's why we can't, us brothers, especially you younger brothers, because us more seasoned brothers, we understand that it's not meant for a lot of people to get it, man. There's going to be more people that reject this truth than receive it by a wide margin. Okay? They did eat, they drank, they married wives. They were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark and the flood came and destroyed them all. Okay? Verse 28. So I'm entering a very poorly lit part of the walk. So I gotta watch where I'm going. Likewise, also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire. So People were just doing business as usual, right? And the Lord rained down fire and destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Just like he's gonna destroy America, just like that, man, with the ICBMs, right? It rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. Okay, so it's going to be the exact same thing, man. Okay, people just in a trance. A lot of these people are just NPCs, man. They really don't feel anything that's going on. And then you have the people that don't know the solution. They don't know the answer. And it's really because the Lord blinded them. Just like the Lord said, what do you put gross darkness over the people? Okay? A lot of these people, they see what's going on and they're scared to fucking death. Okay, so you got the one side that has their head up their ass. And you have the other side that's scared to death. But they don't know, but the Lord's not dealing with them. So they have no comfort in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay? They have no comfort, man. But that's going to be happening in these last days, man. These scoffers coming up, denying the Lord, right? And you're going to have people that are scared to death. They have the fear, but they don't have the fear of the Lord, right? They're worried about their 401ks. They're worried about their retirement. They're worried about their children's futures. Worried about how to pay this and pay that. Like the mindset of a fucking slave, man. A lot of these people, they have the mindset of a fucking slave. Okay? They can't picture any other life. They act like this is how it's supposed to be. Just fucking going to work and being paid with debt notes. And being a fucking debt slave your whole life. This is why the Lord's got to destroy this place, man. Okay? And then America gives off this illusion that you're free. That you're fucking free, man. It's hilarious, really, when you look at it. But this is 2 Peter 3:1. The second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, and both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance, that ye be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and the commandment of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior. So we have to be mindful of those words, okay? The prophecies, the sayings, the parables, okay? Because we're living in the time of those prophecies and parables coming to pass, right? Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, all right? Shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation, right? The peace and safety mindset, the as it was in the day of Noah mindset, man. Okay? Scoffers. And the scoffers have been coming on the comment boards. They've been going on the live streams, no matter what platform it's on, talking shit. Right? We got people that are into this science saying, can you prove that God exists? Well, can you prove that he can't exist? You know, that he doesn't exist? You know? But we can use the Bible to prove that you're going to be destroyed when the time comes. Okay? But yes, these people, they're walking after their own lusts. They bring nothing but dark energy. Okay? But with that, I hope you brothers were edified and informed. You know, things are going to continue on. Okay? how the Lord sees fit. And, these people, they're still going to be in the same mindset, man, until the Lord scares their ass to death or judges them, man. That's how you gotta fear the Lord, man, because the Lord can make you like these NPCs that are blind around here, man. With all this going on, it's hard to take other things in your life seriously. It really does make it more difficult, man. Okay? But with that, till next time, shalom.